What's up, guys? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Bake That Cake, which is beat the par score on tip of the spear. So start this up. I'm on normal with 5 skulls on. I'll let you know what those are in a second, but we're going to target these Banshees right off the bat, and you could easily and quickly kill one with a grenade launcher. You want to hold the trigger down of the grenade launcher until it's close to the Banshee, and then you want to let go of the trigger so it actually EMPs the Banshee, and it will get them to stall, and they'll be able to fall down into the hole behind you. There's a big gap over there they fall into and die. So you get some quick and easy points. You want to move over here and actually kill the 2 gunners in the fuel rod turrets, because that will get the Pelican to come in and drop off the Warthog early. And you want to continue fighting these guys as the Pelican comes in. And we're just going to clear out this whole section. And once the Warthog is dropped off, you could actually hop into the driver's seat and drive around, and your gunner will take him out for you. You actually get all the points for your gunner getting kills. So even though you're not really getting kills technically, your gunner gets kills and you get all those points. So drive around. We're going to grab some grenades up ahead here. So grab those, and we have full nades, 2 frags, 2 plasma grenades, and we're going to move to the next section. One thing to note is when we EMP that Banshee, sometimes it only takes 1 EMP for him to fall into the hole. Sometimes you need to EMP him one more time. So just make sure you're kind of paying attention to him and EMP him one more time if you need to. But the 5 skulls I have on are Catch, Famine, Fog, Thunderstorm, and Tough Luck. So throw those on. And I'm on normal like I mentioned, so it's kind of like we're almost at heroic, because the multiplier with all those skulls on normal is 1.92, and if we were on heroic it would be 2 flat. So we're almost on heroic basically, but it's easier because we're on normal obviously. So hop out there, take out the skirmishers, and then we're going to get back in actually and drive forward. And normally on higher difficulties, if we're speedrunning or just getting through efficiently, we would take out the anti-air gun from far away with the turret of this hog, but we're actually going to drive around here and kill a bunch of enemies, because obviously we need some points. Because we're going for the par score here. So drive around, and you don't have to drive around that quickly. You can see I'm kind of driving slowly, so my gunner on the back could more easily take out these vehicles. And the Revenant doesn't really fire fast projectiles or anything, so you don't have to worry about driving too fast by them. So just drive around, and you'll be able to get some points up here, and we'll be able to move on to the next section once we've cleared all these guys out. But instead of taking out the gun, like I mentioned, from outside, like we would normally do on Legendary, for instance, we are going to actually go in, and there's a bunch of infantry over here. So this is why we wanted 4 grenades, so we could throw a bunch of grenades real quick and get a bunch of points on all these guys in here. So get as many kills as you can, and then we'll be able to go into the gun here, and we'll actually be able to take it out the way it's intended to be taken out. But we have a straggler apparently to deal with here, so take him out, and then we could focus on this. Give this a smack to get rid of the shield door, and then you could shoot a grenade in there. That will get it to blow up, and you want to grab your Warthog. Make sure you know where you left it, so you don't leave it in the blast radius. That would not be great. And we're just going to hop in, and we're going to drive to the next section. And normally I would despawn the Wraith, but obviously we're going for points, so we're not going to do that this time around. If we were on Legendary or we were on Lasso, obviously we would want to do that, but not this time around. We're going for those points, and on our way there, we're just going to, kill any stragglers. You can see there's some jackals over here. There's going to be a ghost up ahead here, so just drive kind of slowly like I mentioned earlier, so your gunner could have an easier time of taking these guys out. You can see I'm just totally stopped right there. You don't want to be totally stopped for jackals or grunts, because then they could obviously stick you or overcharge plasma pistol you to stun you, and then you're an easier target. But for vehicles, you could tend to kind of stay a little more still. Not for the Wraith, though, because he's got that big Wraith mortar. We do not want to get hit by that. So we're going to drive slowly around this Wraith up ahead here. You can see he's been dropped off by the Phantom. So we're going to just drive in circles around this guy. There might be some skirmishers around here too, which there probably will be. I don't know why I said might. There definitely will be. So we're just going to drive around this guy. You don't want to really be standing still, like I mentioned, because that Wraith Bomb will make short work of you if it lands on you, even though it is on a lower difficulty. So we're just going to continue driving around, not necessarily at full speed like I mentioned, so we could have easier shots here. And then we'll take our points and we'll leave here. So I should mention that the time is actually a factor. We can't just kind of, spend 3 hours in this mission and kill everything and expect to get par score, because the time is a factor. And if you get a par time, if you get par time or under, you actually get a time multiplier of 3. So you can see that in the bottom right-hand part of the screen right now. You can see under my score is actually a timer that's ticking up. Once it reaches par time of 15 minutes, the score will actually start decreasing. So that's because the time multiplier will start going down, and eventually you actually start getting no points for any of the kills you're getting. If you get, I think, double par time and over, you start getting nothing. So that would not be great. So we want to try to get as many points as we can, but also do it quickly. So there's some sections we could skip and some sections where we want to actually grab some points. So we're going to drive up here, park our car, and jump on top of it. Then we could gun down that gunner up there, gun down the gunner. And obviously the plasma turret is the priority right there. And then we could just take these jackals and grunts out as well. They're kind of distracted by the marines up there, so they're a little easier than they would be normally. And by coming at them from this angle, it's obviously easier because the marines are distracting them, and we're kind of flanking them there. But more DMR ammo right there. There's more health up behind that damaged warthog that I did not go all the way up to. So we have 2 plasma nades. We have this needle rifle, which I'm not really going to use. And we have this DMR, which I'm going to use a little bit. More health on the wall here. And there's going to be 2 skirmishers giving us some more needle ammo. And we're going to jump down to the right of these stairs. You can see there's this I-beam. So we're going to jump on top of that. And then we're going to jump to the right. There's another I-beam. So jump up there and then jump up to the rock wall. And then we're going to kind of hug the wall here. Just kind of run along it, jump over the pipe, go under the next pipe, and then just keep wrapping around to the right. And we could easily get past a bunch of enemies. This is one of those sections where you want to kind of save some time. So you make sure you get the part time so you get the max time multiplier. And there are going to be 2 jackals up here. You despawn a lot of the enemies here, but those jackals remain. But they're easy enough. You could run right by them if you want, but you could take them out for some more points as well. So we have a DMR. I exchanged my needle rifle for a plasma launcher, and then I hopped in the Revenant. So we are making our way down to the next section. You could splatter that guy if you like. There are some kind of stragglers amongst the rocks in this area, so I usually just drive right past them, and I give a small effort to actually take out that elite when I pass by. Sometimes he dodges out of the way, but he did not make it that time around, so we got him for some extra points. But climb up here, you could hop on top of that pillar and then just kind of hop across to the destroyed warthog, or almost destroyed warthog, kind of damaged warthog up here, and then you could turn your attention to that anti-air gun. So we'll take this one out from afar, unlike we did with the other one, and we could actually just easily take him out from just sitting here, and we'll be able to jump down once we do destroy that and get back in our Revenant. And we can now take this opportunity to kill all of the enemies that are kind of in front of the turret over here. So we could splatter these guys. It's not the safest route because there's the Wraith, there's a bunch of grunts and jackals, and they could overcharge plasma pistol you, which would stun you, like I mentioned, and then you're kind of a sitting duck for that Wraith and the hunters, and all those grunts could also throw plasma grenades and things like that. Catch is on, so they're more likely to do that. So if you're not comfortable splattering these guys, you're not that great at driving or something, you can see I'm trying to splatter the hunters, which is not a great idea. So I'm not giving the best examples of good driving at this point, but if you're not comfortable doing so, you could always just kind of get out. You have the plasma launcher that we picked up, which you could use to take out the Wraith and the hunters, and you have a DMR, which is easily going to take out all of the other enemies, like the grunts, the jackals, the skirmishers, because they don't really have any shielding, and you can just shoot them in the head. They're a one headshot kill. So the grunts have those faceplates, those grunt ultras, the white ones. So you have to shoot that off and then finish them off with a headshot. But 2 headshots isn't that bad. And there is one elite kind of hanging around as well, but we could take him out with a plasma pistol overcharge and a whatchamacallit, a DMR headshot to the dome to finish him off. But we took those guys out quickly. Your Marine buddies were helping you out there, so you'll be able to move on to the next section now. So we're going to get into this Gauss turret here, and we're going to use this to take out a bunch of enemies. That's what we're going to do. So we're just going to hang out here a little bit, wait for our nice leisurely pilot to find his... I don't know why he's pausing. We're in a war zone here. We got some things to do here. All right, so the first wave is going to come from the end of the bridge there. Just shoot at that direction, and then we'll shoot at this tree, kind of to the side of the tree, so that splash damage will start taking out these shade turrets over here. There's a couple of them. So then we want to start shooting over the top of the building here because there's some elites hanging out right on the other side. So hopefully you could take those guys out. Shoot at that sniper turret, and then we want to shoot at the Wraith. So as soon as you see that sniper turret, you want to shoot at that, and then you could actually see the Wraith and shoot at that. And then you want to prioritize the 2 shade turrets as well, because those are the biggest guns, obviously. They're the ones that's going to take you out fastest. And I'm not taking my own advice. There's one hanging out over at the end there. We took him out, though. And then once you've cleared out all of the big targets, focus on the elites, and then the grunts and jackals are the last priority. And once all those guys are taken out, you want to turn your reticle all the way to the right, and you can see at this point to the other side of the river, the side we weren't facing is actually visible to us now, so we can take out all the enemies over there. So there's a Wraith, there's some turrets, there's some other guys just hanging around. So just kind of pan your targeting reticle back and forth, and whenever it's red, just fire at will. until it's not red anymore. And then we'll get a cutscene. We crash down to the bottom of the spire here, grab a health pack on the ground here so you have full health and shield, and we'll move up. Normally we would run up the side and just skip all these guys, but you could take out a bunch of them for some extra points here. There's a bunch of enemies you could easily headshot, like the skirmishers and grunts up ahead here. So take as many of these guys out as you can if you have time. Obviously, if you're, close to the par time, you should probably just head to the end if you have enough points already, and then we could finish the mission, because as soon as you start going over par time, you're losing points for all of the enemies that you've killed previously. Your multiplier goes down for all of those. So mathematically, it doesn't make any sense to lose a multiplier on, the 50 enemies you've already killed just to get another couple kills, because that just doesn't make sense. So we got some time. The par time is 15 minutes, and you can see we're at about 10 minutes right now, so we have a few minutes to kind of mess around down here, and we'll be able to get some more base points for that multiplier to increase it even more. So just move up ahead here. You can see I'm kind of running out of ammo at this point, so we're just going to call it quits at this point. We'll head up and finish the mission, but one thing I should mention is on higher difficulties, the way you kind of finish off the elite and the group of grunts at the top of the spire at the end is you just run past all the grunts and assassinate the elite before he has a chance to really get in position and do anything. So that doesn't seem to work on normal, so I should have saved at least one bullet so I could noob combo the elite at the end, but I didn't realize that was going to happen here, so I'm going to hopefully be able to take him out. Spoiler, I'm going to take him out, but I should have saved some bullets for that guy at the top, and I almost die, but we'll see that in a little bit. So once you're kind of depleted on most of your ammo, you could head into the spade here and just drive over to the door, and then we'll hop out, and we will get into the gravity lift here. And you'll see me attempt to do what you would normally do on Legendary for like a speed run, or just how you efficiently kill this guy on Lasso, which is run past all the guys, but it doesn't work on normal apparently. I've done this a few times and it didn't work any of the times. So you would normally run up and not get hit by that fuel rod turret, but I got some splash damage actually. For whatever reason, I guess his trajectory is slightly different on normal. So we are going to kill that guy, and we'll be able to take out these grunts. So I guess on normal you would want to just take out the grunts first and have a plasma pistol ready with that DMR so you could overcharge plasma pistol the sword guy. It would get him to have his shields overcharge and deplete entirely, and he would be stunned momentarily, and then you could just switch to your DMR and finish him off with a headshot. But we got the par score here. It is 30,000 for the achievement here, and we actually came in at 43,000, over 43,000. So I'll see you next time when we tackle the par score for Long Night of Solace. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You can also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you can find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.